Afternoon and welcome to another G&B allotment log. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how we make these raised beds from a single pallet, and all we need is a few hand tools. So the tools required, I'm using here a compound miter saw, but you can of course just use a normal hand saw, and we've chosen to nail these together, but you can of course use a drill and screws if you prefer. Now, first thing I'm going to show you is how we break up the pallets using a simple method, which you find most of the time you get the panels off whole and don't cause them to split. When you use crowbars and things like that, they are prone to splitting. So here we have the pallet, and what we're using is just another thick bit of wood that's come off another pallet to actually prise these apart. And to do this, we just quite simply put the bit of wood under the first strut, press the lever down, and then that causes that to come up. Then the other side, I tend to put my foot on that there just to stabilise it, and away it comes. The next one. Now you do sometimes get a splitting of the one underneath because they're a lot thinner than the actual ones here. And in that case, obviously I'll just use a crowbar or the back of the hammer to pull that apart. So I'm going to get on and take the rest of these apart. So the next step now would be to remove all the nails from the pallet, and to do that I just lay them over a bit of wood there. Knock them through and then I prise them out from the other side. They can be a bit fiddly because the nails are bent. And then just turn it over, prise the nails out. Like that. I'm now going to get on and do the rest of these, and I'll bring you back to the next stage. So the next stage is to decide the height of your bed. We chose to make a deep border here for carrots, but the next one that I'm building is a smaller, narrower height one, and that's what I'm going to be demonstrating to you today. Now what we've done is we've set up a jig. By means of a jig, what we've done is we've screwed the circular saw down, we've set this up and screwed it down, so when we're cutting our wood, we're going to be placing a wood on here. Let's just use this as an example. Back that side up against the edge of the jig, pull your lever down, cut. That way every cut that you make will be of the same size. So we've taken one of these here and we split it into three, giving us 3 pieces, which you can then see under here. So one of these lengths here will give us 3 bits of wood. So let's get on and cut these up. So one pallet length will give us 3 bits, all of the same size. So I'm going to get on and cut the rest of these up, and I'll bring you back and show you the next stage. So here we have all our pieces cut down. Now in this video we're going to make the smaller side one, and with good old Blue Peter fashion, I've made one side here and one side here already, and I'm going to show you how I've done that. I'm actually using 2 of the pallet boards here as the framework. Now we've chosen to put the framing on the outside, and that's for a very valid reason, as you see on here. Now if we had these bits from the side on the inside, potentially when you've got your compost or your soil in here, it could push against here and then push the sides apart. So if you imagine this is on the inside, the soil pushing against here could force that away from that there. So having done this way around, and the soil inside, it's going to be pushing against that side and they can't push apart. And hopefully structure should last a good 4 or 5 years. Now it is actually really heavy. We've chosen not to put a bottom on, but of course you can if you want to put a bottom on and then line it, maybe with plastic to give it a little bit more longer. As I say, we're going to use that one for carrots, and these smaller ones we're just going to use as generic raised beds for the onions, shallots and garlic. So I'm just going to show you now how we do this. We're actually nailing these sides together. You can of course use a quarter drill and screws if you prefer, but we're just using nails to the length of what the side and the slat underneath come to. So on the side we're using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're taking 2 of the frames here. And I hope you can see. I apologise for the sun, it's really bright today. So I'm going to get on now and lay these out and nail them together, and I'll come back and show you when they're done. So we're actually using 10 boards and 2 of the lengths here, and well, that one is 5 boards wide for the sides. That's 10 boards for the length and 5 for the sides. So the next stage of the process will be to cut the leftover bits of wood on the long side and also the short sides. I'm using a hand saw for this because you can't use the mitre saw for doing this, so I'm just going to use this here as a platform. I'm just going to turn that over and cut off these excess pieces. I've just changed saws, the other one was a bit blunt. That's a lot better. So now I have my 4 sides. The next stage will be to screw them all together. For the final part of this video, I'm now going to join all the 4 sides together. From this, I'm using these anti-split fast drive screws just because I don't want the wood splitting. When I'm joining, I'm actually putting the ends on the inside just to give me a little bit more depth to the pallet. So I'm going to get on and put this side on first. Normally I'd have Ben here with me, but he's back at school now, so I've got to try and do it on my own. But it's handy if you've got a second person just to hold the sides of your way screw it. And again, you can have them on the inside, but we're putting them on the outside. Just going to start the screw off first. And there you have it, one raised border. I'll just take you off the stand and give you a close-up. But there you go. Again, if you want to put a base in, you can, and line it. Probably give this a paint at some point, just an exterior paint. Just another thing I want to add, where the pallets have got weathered, I've tried to alternate the sides, so we've got sort of a light and a dark, no particular order or pattern, just to make it stand out a little bit better. There you go, number one. Number two, now it has taken 4 pallets to do 2 beds. Like I said, they are super strong, super heavy, and should last a good 5 years. I apologise for a lack of content, but we are back now, and you should see some more videos coming. And got quite a few to upload from the last sort of 4 or 5 months, so keep your eyes peeled for some more upcoming videos. If you do like our content, please do give us a thumbs up, and if you don't like it, give us a thumbs down, and put in the comments why or what we can do different to make you give us a thumbs up in the future. Until next time guys, see you soon.